In this video, we're going to be looking at the 6 armies that you all voted for and giving you the best equipment combinations to use with these armies. Now, I'm not going to give you a guide on the attacks themselves, or else this video would take 1 hour. Instead, I'm just going to be giving you the combinations and the reasonings or goals of using that specific combination. And I won't mention combinations for the Royal Champion because there's only one combination available. Now, to address the most popular army first, Edrags. I think the most important set of equipment to get right is the Grand Wardens. Obviously, you'll have the Eternal Tome, but the key thing to know is that you must avoid the Rage Gem. This is because the DPS increase for the Warden allows it to take out buildings before Edrags can target them. Additionally, you'd rather use the Rage spell because it gives you a speed boost as well, while the Rage Gem does not. Thus, I would recommend the Healing Tome as it provides heal to both the Edrags, the Test Balloons, and possibly the heroes as well. Now, when it comes to the King and the Queen, they're most commonly used to funnel the Edrags to where we want them to be. The Barbarian King thus benefits a lot from the Giant Gauntlet and the Rage Vial to help funnel really fast. The Queen will obviously have the Invisibility Vial, and I would recommend the Healer Puppet since you could get some extra healers on the Queen and this could help clear out some of the edges of the base. So on screen right now is the best combination for Edrags in my opinion. Moving on to the second army, which was highly requested, we have the Queen Charge Hybrid. The main thing is the Queen Charge, for which you will want to have the Invisibility Vial and the Healer Puppet. The Invisibility Vial is obvious, but the Healer Puppet gives you chances to have some additional heal capacity or tanking, especially if you lost healers early in the attack. The self-healing per second and the huge hit point increase you get also helps you a lot in terms of keeping that Queen alive and maybe investing less spells to do so. On the note of the King, he's used for funneling in these types of attacks, so the Giant Gauntlet and Rage Vial work really well, allowing him to do this. The Warden will undoubtedly have the Healing Tome and the Eternal Tome, as these would help save a heal spell and push through the base early on. So on screen right now is the best combination for Queen Charge Hybrid in my opinion. Next up, we have one of the best attack for safe 2 stars. It is the Blizzard or Super Archer Blimp, followed up by Dragons or Hydra. There are 2 different variations to this attack and it's base dependent, so we'll have to mention both. If you're going to use the Eternal Tome to safely guarantee your Blimp placement, then you need to use the Rage Gem with it. This is because the Rage Gem can help those balloons you put in the beginning get some really nice damage early on, plus giving extra DPS to the Warden and presumably the Owl. Also, I've been wondering if blimping with the Warden and then going into a Warden walk is an option. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. The second way to do this attack is with a blimp on its own with a Lava Hound, which is riskier, but it allows you to use the Rage Gem on those dragons, which is what I would recommend if you do that style of attack. Now, regardless of where you use your Warden ability, the King and the Queen are generally used for funneling in this type of attack. Thus, the Queen is better with the Invisibility Vial and Healer Puppet combination to help her longevity in funneling, and the King has the Giant Gauntlet with the Rage Vial so that you can get some quick funneling for all of your troops. The best equipment combination is on screen right now for the Super Archer Blimp or the Blizzard Hydra or Dragons. Moving on, we're getting into the smash attacks. Now, there are a few different types of smash attacks, so the Warden does have different combinations, but let's talk about the King and the Queen since they're going to be similar throughout. The King will obviously have the Giant Gauntlet, but you could put either the Rage Vial or the Vamp Stash based on your attack. If your King is dying early, then use the Vamp Stash. But if you don't get enough power through the middle in your push, then use the Rage Vial. For the Queen, the only combination to use is the Healer Puppet and the Invisibility Vial, since those extra healers can help heal through the smash attack, which makes the synergy on this combo amazing. Now, for the Warden, you will mostly use the Healing Tome. This is because you'd rather use a Rage spell most of the time to get that extra DPS and movement speed to push a lot of the troops through the base. On top of this, most smash style troops are really good damage wise, but they're super squishy, like the Witches or the Super Bowlers, so the Healing Tome really helps. Yetis do have a good amount of hit points on them, but the issue becomes the Yeti Mites because naturally you'd want those raged. However, the rage on the rage spell is so much more, so I think you'd rather have those available. There are 2 smash attacks that I would rather have the Rage Gem on though, and one of those is the Root Rider. This is because they have so much health, and thus the Rage Gem can do a lot of work here. Also, you have a good alternative to rage spells since you can use freeze spells and freeze key defenses, since the biggest deterrent to root riders are the single target Inferno and the Monolith. The other attack is the Super Witch Smash, and although we haven't seen it a lot, I think there is an argument for it. The biggest problem with this attack used to be the time, but now that you have an extra rage passively and the extra DPS for the Warden, you have a much shorter funneling period, leading to what could be a much faster attack through the base. This is all theory though, I haven't seen it being used a lot. So on screen right now is the best combination for smash attacks that are not with the Root Rider, and then followed by the best combination for the Root Rider and maybe some Super Witch smash attacks as well. Next up we have the Queen Charge Root Rider, which basically has the same mechanics as the Queen Charge Hybrid. The only difference here is the Rage Gem. If you have good levels on it, I think you can do some really good work and you can spend freeze spells elsewhere to help get you through the base. Thus, here is the recommended combination for this attack strategy. Now last but not least, we have a timeless strategy, the Queen Charge Lalo. This strategy is super strong and unique, but the concept is very similar to the other strategies that we've mentioned. First of all, we have a Queen Charge, which would benefit greatly from the Healer Puppet as well as the Invisibility Vial. In fact, I haven't really spoken about this before, but I think the extra healers and self-heal allow the Healer Puppet to be a good safety net for a lot of players who are trying to learn how to Queen Charge. Now in this attack, the king is primarily used to funnel, so we want to make sure that we use the Giant Gauntlet and the Rage Vial on him to quickly allow really good funneling for our queen. When it comes to the Warden though, it gets a little interesting. Now the max level balloon has 1140 hit points, and since a max level healing tome can do 3750 heal, you get tons of overkill heal on the balloon. On the other hand, the Rage Gem gives extra damage, but that's not really a problem with loons, right? They do tons of damage anyways, and the problem is usually speed. This is where the Life Gem becomes a rather intriguing choice. It gives all the loons another 725 hit points at max level, allowing them to survive a lot better through the attack. This serves as the best complement in the attack, as it allows you to avoid the excess waste in both the heal and the damage increase from other pieces of equipment. And on screen right now is the best combination of equipment for the Queen Charge Lalo. Really quickly, I just want to mention that the best way for you to practice any one of these attacks is to use the friendly challenges feature, because this is going to allow you to get used to your attacks and attack a lot of times simultaneously. Now even though you guys know the best combination for each single one of these attacks, it actually doesn't mean anything if you can't get those equipment maxed in the first place. That's why you need to watch this video right here to learn how you can upgrade all of your equipment a lot faster.